All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Movie Time. I am your boy King, and it is so great to be back. uh, some of you don't know I had to take a little time off for family issues. Sorry. Oh. Hold on, so let me cut this down. There we go. All right, so yeah, I had to take a little time off. Had some family things go on, but I'm back, and I'm here to give you the quality that you deserve. So it's kind of been brought to my attention, especially in the industry that I'm in, that these reviews need to be a little bit more polished. So from this point forward, I'm gonna dedicate myself to being a little bit more polished, a little bit more professional, bringing you more quality. But with that being said, let's get right into it. So today we're gonna check out. Well, I'm gonna review the movie The Gorge. The Gorge, top-notch movie. Can't I have nothing bad to say about it. Directed by Nick Derrickson. I mean Scott Derrickson. The Gorge was a hitter. It was a hitter. It was one for, and it's only available on Apple TV. So if you don't have Apple TV, it's kind of a thing that I'm sure they made this movie as a push to get more subscriptions because it's worth it. I would get it. I would get the subscription even if you only got it for about a month or whatever. You know, they always got a deal where they're trying to give out free subscriptions. So I would definitely go that route. But it was an action-packed romance thriller, if that makes sense. Um, let me see, give you 1 second here because I had this information up. There we go. Here we go. There it is. All right. Like I said, directed by Scott Derrickson, written by Zach Dean. So, the reason why I feel that's important, I'm gonna start following this Zach Dean guy. The concept that he pulled out was so well done and portrayed. I think because of the skilled actors, um, because of the writing, like the writing itself, made this movie nonstop worth watching. Miles Teller and Anya Taylor Joy. Miles Taylor, he is known for, I think he's in Divergent. He's in that series. He's in a lot of other movies. What is it? A few other movies like that. I'm sure if you see him, you'll know. Matter of fact, he was in Top Gun. He was the partner of Tom Cruise, if you will, in Top Gun. And Anya is very well known just in general. She's been in a lot of movies. I think that the most recent that I've seen her in was New Mutants. And I think she has another movie out in the middle there, but she's so talented that's the thing. I can't think of each name right now, but IMDb it, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But anywho, the two play two top-notch snipers. I mean, they have to be amazing snipers considering the situation they're put in with this gorge. It is massive, but they're prepared. I mean, they have all the weaponry, all the ammunition they need, and they're pretty much there for a year. So they're there for the year, but within that year, they give you so much of their lives, even prior to. And we're gonna get into that. But first, I want to take a look at the trailer, and just give y'all an idea of what you'll see if you check out the Gorge. All right.
any orders that require me to go dark for at least a year, maybe more. A special assignment in an undisclosed location.
As an elite sniper, are you presently under any private or military contract?
No, there's not a lot of reasons for me right now.
What if I gave you a reason?
There she is. West Tower observation post.
Let me just say, too, Sigourney Weaver did her job. She played her role. Like, I am a Sigourney Weaver fan. I grew up on Sigourney Weaver. I remember when she was considered one of the top, women in Hollywood as far as actresses. But she, over the years, has displayed range and done a lot in some classic movies. I mean, movies that, like Avatar, and I'm not even going to say Gods of Egypt. But it shows her range. But yet, this movie, again, playing a villain, playing, like, kind of the sneaky conniving, she did a really good job. I admired it. I thought it was dope. Good selection.
You're home for the next 365 days. There is no outside communication here.
What's that on the other side?
That is East Tower. Contact with the other side is strictly forbidden.
So what's the mission? To keep people from going in the gorge?
No. You need to stop what's in the gorge from coming out.
What the hell is that?
The gorge is the door to hell. And we're standing guard at the gate.
What's the truth about this place? What's the truth about the gorge?
All right. So, you got an opportunity to see the trailer. And I'm going to be honest with you. The trailer does no justice. Like, the trailer will mislead you into thinking something completely different than what this movie is. And I'm not mad at them how they set it up, because like I say, it's meant to make you want to get the subscription and want to see this movie. And I'm not going to try to spoil it too much for anybody, but there is certain points I want to touch on. So for one, there is how can I put this? I appreciate this movie because, being a veteran, I feel like there's a lot of emphasis on the military service, the veterans, and how they're treated, per se. So, for me, I feel like the emphasis was that the veterans held a quality that was so finite and so particular to them that was the catch. Like, they were only valuable because they had these skills, and because those skills were particularly needed, because this wasn't a military operation, this was a private company, kind of like a Blackwater situation, where they used people who were, former military but highly skilled, um, just for that year. You know what I mean? You're there for a year, and when you see it in the trailer, the two snipers, they developed a chemistry. Now, one side is America. That was Miles Turner. The other side was Russia. That was Anya's side. So those two weren't supposed to speak. Now, plot armor, they had, whiteboards, they had poster boards. So I'm not thinking that they're not supposed to communicate, but they're not supposed to get personal. And to me, I thought that was something they could have did better. You could have portrayed that a little bit better, or maybe put up like a sign, or had something to display like, hey, don't talk, don't get personal, something, some type of reminder. But they didn't. Which I'm not sure if every situation was a male female situation. I think maybe just because the last situation was male male, there was no reason to communicate. But there's a twist to how they use those veterans, how they use those service members when they were done. And just like most thrillers, you know what goes on. Like, it's definitely not going to be something that is favorable for the person who did the service and know the secrets. So that was part of the movie that I was a little triggered by, but I also understood you had to throw that in there, that all of this stuff is top secret. And because it's not government brand per se, it is what it is. Like the whole site wasn't even supposed to be known. Like, that was all under cloak. So that was the catch to it. Is like, they made a deal, I guess, with the government years ago. Hey, listen, if this stays secret, cool. You guys can do your experiments here. Y'all can do your thing. But the moment that it's not, we gonna get rid of it. And that became kind of the major plot in the movie. Which, again, because it was veteran led, I thought it was dope. I thought it was good revenge for the whole concept of the movie. So, again, without trying to give up too many spoilers, I think this movie is a great watch. Me and my girl watched it. We enjoyed it very much. It was surprisingly romantic. Even with the villains, enemy, whatever you want to call them, which it all depends on how you look at it. Who is the bad person here? They were more or less prisoners. And those prisoners created the action for this movie that was phenomenal. The CGI was good. And I'm very lighthearted when it comes to CGI. Like, I don't put CGI in that category of it has to be amazing. It has to always be realistic. It has to always be perfect. I am not that person. I grew up watching, crappy blockbuster movies, family village video movies, where it was like a guy filmed this with his camera, and it was all FX, not ethics. It was all handmade stuff, and corn syrup, blood. Like, I'm that person. I respect those movies, so I respect this movie. And this movie had, for the fast pace of it, it had good CGI. Very well done. So, in my opinion, I'm giving this movie a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5, hands down. Only because I think it would have been perfect, again, if they would have oh, here we go. If they would have tucked in those little things, those little things that that made the movie. You know what I mean? Like, them not being able to talk. That should have just give them a radio. You should just gave them a radio. You should have told them, no fraternization, no getting personal, but because to me there was always a necessary reason for them to communicate. You're managing a mile and a half gorge, opening that you can't allow anything to come out of it. So why wouldn't you need to talk to the other tower? Like, it's only two towers, and there were automated guns, there were drones, there were other security features that were there, but still, if there was a two-man situation, and also that it was actually a tri-border because it was China, Russia, and America, and there was no China tower. So again, that if they hit those points, this would have been a perfect movie for me. Just based off the action, based off the story, based off the actors. The actors did a great job. So that is my review of The Gorge. Listen, man, follow me, subscribe. Don't forget, check us out on Geek Set Podcast over at the Geek Set Podcast channel. Our podcast every other Sunday, but we're bringing out new content, new shows, new things, and then we're trying to go every week. So if you don't follow us, please, man, start following us now. But again, on this channel, the King Media Group channel, feel free to subscribe, feel free to like the videos, go back and check other videos. Again, I was on a short hiatus, but now I am officially back. And we'll be checking out more recent movies as they come out. So, and again, The Gorge to me was just a really good movie that I felt I needed to cover. But I will be covering other in-theater movies or available elsewhere, as well as classics. So the classics, I cannot promise you that I will be this buttoned up. I definitely get more emotional when it comes to the classics. So be on the lookout for that soon. But again, man, until next time, y'all stay in the movies, man. Peace.